All right, welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're going to do a deep dive into positive thinking.
Oh.
Now, this isn't just about like, oh, just be happy. We're talking about the mechanics, training your brain for positivity.
Yeah.
So it's a way more active process than maybe some people realize.
For sure.
So we're going to explore, like, what does it actually mean to think positively? What are the real impacts it has?
Right.
And try and give some really solid insights, not just like abstract concepts.
Right.
What do you think?
I think that's a great way to frame this, because so often people think of it as just being happy all the time.
Right.
It's not about that.
Yeah.
It's about training your brain to look at things differently.
Yeah. So like right off the bat, let's define it. What is positive thinking?
Well, I think, as you said, it's more than just, slapping a smile on your face and pretending everything's okay.
Right.
It's really about directing your mind to focus on the positive aspects of any given situation. And it's about facing challenges with hope and confidence.
So it's not ignoring reality.
No, not at all.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not about pretending things are perfect when they're clearly not.
Yeah.
It's more about acknowledging reality, but choosing how you engage with it.
Okay.
So for example, instead of dwelling on the negative aspects of a situation,
Yeah.
you're actively seeking for ways forward.
Okay.
Identifying potential learning opportunities, or even just finding, even if there's just a tiny little positive element
Yeah.
in that situation.
Okay. So it's really about where your mental energy goes.
Exactly.
Think about the last time that you hit a snag or roadblock. Did you just sit there and replay everything that went wrong?
Yeah.
Or were you already thinking of how to fix it?
Mm-hmm.
How to move forward?
That's such a great question to ask yourself.
Yeah.
Because that really is what differentiates a negative mindset from a positive mindset.
Right. Right.
It's like you hit that roadblock, you're not denying it's there. You're not saying, oh, this is fine. You're saying, okay, this is here. Now what can I do about it?
So what's the benefit? Why should we all do this?
Right.
What's the big benefit of making that mental switch?
Well, think about it this way. When you approach challenges with that positive, solution-oriented outlook,
Yeah.
you build resilience.
Okay.
You become better equipped to recover from setbacks, manage stress more effectively, and ultimately, navigate life's inevitable ups and downs with more grace.
So it's more than just about feeling good in the moment. Yeah. It has like a long-term impact on how we deal with life.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's get into that. Like, what's the actual science behind a positive mindset? Because there's got to be something going on up there when we think these thoughts.
Well, there is actually, increasingly, the scientific community is recognizing the link between our thoughts and our overall health.
Yeah.
And there's research showing that practicing positive thinking can lead to improvements in mental well-being, reduce stress levels, and even a positive impact on the immune system.
The immune system too.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
It is.
So how does that work? What's the connection there?
Well, it's actually pretty fascinating. So when we focus on positive thoughts and experience positive emotions, our brains release these neurochemicals like dopamine and serotonin.
Oh, yeah.
These are, those feel-good chemicals.
Yeah.
But they also play a role in regulating our body's stress response and supporting healthy immune function. And on the flip side, chronic stress, which is often fueled by, negative thinking, persistent worry, can actually suppress the immune system.
Oh, wow. So it's like it's a full like physiological loop.
Yeah.
You think positive thoughts, you get these chemicals, and they actually like help you physically be healthier.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
It's a powerful connection.
Yeah. Okay. So this leads us to like the big theory. Dr. Barbara Fredrickson, the broaden and build theory.
Yes.
Love that name.
It's a great theory.
Can you explain that to us?
Sure. So it basically says that positive emotions like joy, gratitude, interest actually broaden our scope of attention and expand our range of thoughts and actions. So when we experience these emotions, we're more likely to explore, to think creatively, to build relationships.
Okay. I get the broaden part, like your perspective, it opens up. But how does it build? Like what's being built?
That's a great question. So the build aspect refers to the resources we accumulate as a result of those broadened experiences.
Okay.
So by engaging in those positive activities, whether it's learning a new skill, deepening a bond with a friend, we build valuable resources.
Okay.
And these can be intellectual, social, psychological, even physical.
Mm.
And they help us cope with future challenges and stress.
So it's like positive thinking sets off this whole chain reaction.
Absolutely.
And the more we do it, the more positive emotions we feel. And then those actually equip us with more tools
to deal with life.
It's a beautiful upward spiral.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know why it's beneficial, but now, how do we do it?
Yeah.
Give us the practical steps.
Okay, so there are a lot of different strategies, but some of the most effective ones that you can start implementing right away are, first of all, gratitude.
Okay.
Make it a habit to start or end your day by listing 3 things you're grateful for.
Okay.
And this helps shift your attention from what you lack to what you have. And there's even some research suggesting that gratitude practices can improve sleep.
Really?
Yeah.
Gratitude and sleep. That's interesting.
It is.
I guess it makes sense. You go to bed thinking about good things.
Yeah, you're not focusing on your worries.
Okay, what else?
Another one is affirmations.
Okay.
So these are positive statements that you repeat to yourself. Like, I am strong, I am capable, I am worthy.
Okay.
And repeating these can help reinforce positive self-beliefs and challenge those negative thoughts. Right, so you're kind of rewriting your inner monologue.
Exactly.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, and then another one is really important. It's your surroundings.
Okay.
The people you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
They have a huge impact on your mindset. So make a conscious effort to spend time with positive, supportive people.
Right, so it's like, choose who you're around.
Yeah, and limit your exposure to negativity.
Yeah, energy is definitely contagious.
It really is.
Okay, what else?
So another one is reframing negative thoughts.
Okay.
So when you have that negative thought, don't just accept it. Question it. Try to see it from a different angle.
Okay.
So instead of saying, I'm going to fail at this, try saying, this is a challenge, but I'm learning and growing.
So you're taking control of the narrative.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
And then also mindfulness and meditation.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Even just a few minutes a day can make the difference.
Right. I've heard a lot about mindfulness for stress. So I guess it makes sense. It would help with positivity, too.
Yeah, it helps you stay present.
Yeah.
And appreciate the good things in the moment.
Okay, what's one last tip?
Okay, last one. Acts of kindness.
Okay.
Doing something nice for someone else.
Yeah.
Can actually boost your own positivity.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so it's a win-win.
I like that a lot. So we've talked about like the techniques and the science, but now let's get into some real-world examples of positive thinking in action.
Yes, I think that's a great way to really see it.
Okay, so let's start with Thomas Edison.
Okay.
The classic example.
Light bulb.
Yeah.
So, he went through over 1,000 unsuccessful attempts to perfect the light bulb.
That's crazy.
I know, but what's so amazing is he didn't see those as failures.
Okay.
He saw them as valuable information. He famously said, I haven't failed 1,000 times. I've just found 1,000 ways. That won't work.
That's so good.
I know, it's a perfect example of reframing.
Yeah, and the lesson there is, even with so many obstacles, if you have the right mindset, you can still achieve huge things.
Absolutely.
Setbacks become stepping stones.
I love that.
All right, let's do another example.
Okay.
Oprah Winfrey.
Yes.
She's got to be like the ultimate example of this.
I
think
know.
she came from
Poverty, hardship.
She did.
And look at her now. I mean, what does that tell us?
It tells us that your past doesn't define your future.
Oh.
Her ability to stay positive, to believe in herself, even when things were tough, that's what made the difference.
So it's like your mindset is more powerful than your experiences.
Sure.
I love that. Okay, so we've got the techniques, the science, the examples. Now, I want to make this really personal for our listeners. We're going to issue a 7-day positive thinking challenge.
Ooh, I like this.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay. Okay, so day 1, write down 5 things you love about yourself.
Okay.
Day 2, compliment at least 3 people.
Love it.
Day 3, reframe one negative thought into a positive one.
Day 4, take a break from negative news and social media. Day 5, do a random act of kindness. Day 6, reflect on a past struggle and find one good thing that came from it.
Okay.
And day 7, spend 10 minutes meditating on positive affirmations. So that's your challenge. Take it on this week. Pay attention to what happens.
Yeah, see how you feel.
I think you might be surprised.
I think so too.
All right, so we've come to the end of our positive thinking deep dive. And I think the biggest takeaway here is Positive thinking isn't just an idea. Yeah. It's a skill.
It's a practice.
You get better at it.
Absolutely.
So the more you do it, the better you get.
Yeah, the more natural it becomes.
And it really comes down to a choice, you know?
It does.
You can choose optimism for your own well-being and for how you interact with the world.
That's powerful.
It is. So think about it. As you go about your day, how can you shift your mindset in little ways? And how might those little shifts lead to bigger changes in your life and the lives around you?
That's a great question to ponder.
That's something to think about. And that's it for this episode of The Deep Dive.
Thanks for having me.